isolated, affected, sliding into obscurity. Suddenly you realize you are naked and afraid. Who has uncovered you? Who is behind the nakedness? Who has caused you to fear? It then dawns on you that the one behind all this is a small, tiny, little, but potent virus, the coronavirus. Questions and thoughts are flooding your mind. Will there be light in the midst of this darkness? Am I going to survive this? Yes, you're going to survive, but there's one thing you need to do, and that one thing is
you need someone to remind you who you are.
Coronavirus will overwhelm the NHS unless everyone starts to practice social distancing.
From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home.
And those people.
The Italian Prime Minister has announced restrictions on movement across the entire country.
Siete degli irresponsabili, dei cretini, degli emeriti cretini.
Se tu non esci, non ti preoccupare, non succede nulla. È inutile che scriva a me, che cazzo mi scriva a me? State in casa che non succede niente.
Since March, many governments worldwide began to impose restrictions and lockdowns in an attempt to curb what has become a global pandemic, the coronavirus. But there is a problem. In trying to deal with this problem, rules and lockdowns and policies were enacted. Collectively, the idea seems good, but the execution of these ideas leaves a lot to be desired. In actual fact, the measures and policies implemented aren't the problem. The virus itself isn't a problem. The problem is quarantined with no rescue plan. How are the people going to survive? Every nation needs a leader to give it direction. And at this stage, with so many political leaders sucked up in conspiracy theories, not solutions, sucked up in debates and arguments concerning the vaccine, its releasing date, the inside components, the testing places on whom it will be tested, with many health experts worldwide predicting a new second wave of coronavirus infections, the sad reality is we could be in this challenge for a very, very long time. But the biggest question is, how are the people going to survive? Now, before we can talk about survival, let's understand what Corona has done.
When these moratoriums and the COVID period is done, you're going to see, I think, a large wave of debt collection practices going on.
Tens of thousands of San Diegans are being sued for not paying their credit card bills and high-interest loan payments. And Team 10 investigator Adam Rakusin explains why the pandemic could make things much worse for people behind on their bills.
There is absolutely no doubt that the devastating effects of the coronavirus on our lives and livelihoods will be remembered for many years to come. Many families worldwide are becoming disoriented, dysfunctional. The rate of suicide is on the increase. People are sliding more and more into debt. Economies are tumbling down and crashing. Organizations are shutting down one after the other. You're probably watching me right now and you feel like you are safe because you still got your job. Listen, you aren't safe. The longer this continues, no one is safe. In case you just don't know, some of the biggest brands in the world who never thought one day they would be packing and closing have all shut down. One of the biggest brands in the lingerie business, Victoria's Secret, is no longer a secret that they have filed for bankruptcy in the UK. One of the popular Spanish retail stores, Zara, has closed over 1,200 of its stores worldwide. The founder of Airbnb recently lamented how 12 years of hard work, sleepless nights, have all been reduced to nothing in just 6 weeks. Chanel, Rolex have all cut down on mass production. And the resultant effect of that is you're going to find more people in the streets rather than in the factory. The bottom line is you're going to find more people jobless. And with no jobs, how are the people going to survive?
Living. It's not for the weak.
You can survive this. Make it home. Make it better. Now, this is the part I want you to listen the most. I vowed when I was making this video that even if it's one person that is going to be transformed and changed by this video, its purpose would have been fulfilled. Contrary to your ideology that survival is of the fittest, survival is not of the fittest, because even the strongest brands have all fallen. You're sitting down, you're asking yourself, is there a way out? Faced with a future that looks so bleak, your loved ones probably gone, your wallet may be empty, your business closed, your job probably gone, loss of income. You feel like you are in a desert, thirsty, searching for water in order to survive. And the only thing you can see is death. But listen, there is a way out. But before I can show you how you can survive, let's correct your geography knowledge first. Desert is not a place without water. A desert is a place where water has not been brought to the surface. If you're going to survive during this season, you need to quit looking for external solutions. You need to start looking for internal solutions. If you wait for your government to bring solutions financially during this pandemic, there are two things involved. Either you'll be saved from the coronavirus, but you won't be saved from hunger. And one of the two has the potential to eliminate your life. But if you're going to survive during this season, you need to become a strategist. The corona pandemic is a season, and just like any other season, it comes and goes. But in most cases, only a select few are able to make it to the next season. I'm glad you are part of that select few, because this video that you're watching, you're not watching it by accident, by incident, neither is it by coincidence. It is an appointment with destiny, because it can transform your life. Now, if you're going to survive, like I said, you need to become a strategist. And these are the three things you're going to focus and adjust on: discipline, planning, and most importantly, prioritization. Discipline in your finances. I can tell you for sure this season is going to be a very long season. And if you don't strategize well, you could be found wanting. Remember this, you might be free from the coronavirus, but you might not be safe from hunger. Either way, one of the two has the potential to eliminate your life. So you're going to have discipline in these three areas. Discipline on how you spend. This is a time where every dollar that comes in your hands counts. You're not going to spend on what you like, you're going to spend on what you need. Number two, you're going to make sure you're going to have discipline on how you borrow. You need to start cutting on borrowing. I can tell you, just immediately after the coronavirus, even if it's a loan that you got, interest rates are going to shoot back up again. And might be struggling to pay back that loan. So you need to cut on borrowing. You need to control and adjust it completely. And the third area that you need to have discipline on is discipline on how you lend. This is not a season to casually give money that it has not been calculated for. This is a season where every dollar before it leaves your hand, it must have been budgeted. It must have been accounted for. It must have been already planned that it can be given. The second thing is planning. Remember this, if you don't plan, you've already planned to fail. You're going to plan how you're going to regain back if there are some goods that you might have lost. It can be regained. Remember, anything that is physical can be regained. Unfortunately, life can't be regained. But anything that you might have lost during this pandemic that is physical, you're going to plan how you're going to regain it back. It might have been your business that it might have closed. You're going to plan how you're going to build your business again. The time for planning is not tomorrow. The time for planning is now. Time waits for no one. Start planning right now. Now, before I conclude, I want you to know this. It doesn't matter how the season has been difficult, but I want you to know that it's going to get better. Don't forget to subscribe and listen to this again. It's going to get better.
Come on, everybody, put your hands together. It's got to get better. All over the world, listen to these words. People come. People come. People go. People go. Your life has been out of control. You're confused. But don't worry.